Some people are born into the light, surrounded by love, comfort, and opportunity, while others are thrown into the depths of darkness, where pain, suffering, and chaos are the only truths they know. Darkness is cold, merciless, and unforgiving. And when you are born in it, you have two choices. Either let it consume you, breaking you into nothingness, or let it forge you into something unshakable, unstoppable, and terrifyingly powerful. Those born in darkness do not get the luxury of innocence. They grow up fighting battles others cannot even imagine, battling demons that live both inside and outside of them. When you are born in darkness, you learn quickly that no one is coming to save you, that the world does not care about your tears, your screams, or your dreams. You realize that trust is a weapon that can be used against you, that love can turn to betrayal in an instant, and that sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who will hurt you the most. But being born in darkness also gives you a gift that those who have lived in comfort will never have. The gift of resilience, the ability to endure the unendurable, and rise stronger every time you are knocked down. Pain becomes your teacher, loneliness becomes your companion, and struggle becomes your training ground. When you suffer in the dark, you discover who you truly are, stripped of illusions and lies. You learn that strength is not built in moments of happiness, but in nights of despair, when you have nothing left but the will to keep going. Every scar becomes a story of survival. Every tear becomes fuel for your rage, and every failure becomes a stepping stone toward greatness. The world underestimates those born in darkness, because they cannot see the fire burning inside them. While others crumble at the first sign of adversity, those who have lived through the storm stand tall, unshaken, because they have already faced worse. Darkness is not your enemy, it is your forge. It is where warriors are made, where legends are born, and where weak souls are either destroyed or reborn as unbreakable forces of nature. People will look at you and never understand the battles you have fought in silence, the nights you spent crying alone, the dreams you buried because no one believed in you. They will never see the war that rages inside your mind every single day, and that is why you must never seek validation from others. Your worth is not defined by their approval, but by the battles you've won in the shadows. Those born in darkness have an advantage that the world cannot comprehend. They have been tested by life itself. They have faced betrayal, loss, and failure so many times that fear no longer controls them. When you grow up surrounded by pain, pain becomes normal, and that makes you dangerous because you are no longer afraid of it. The very thing that destroys others becomes your source of strength. When others run from challenges, you walk toward them because you have been living in challenges your entire life. This is why the world fears those born in darkness. They cannot be broken, they cannot be intimidated, and they cannot be stopped. But here is the truth. Being born in darkness does not mean you must stay there forever. Darkness is not a life sentence. It is the beginning of a journey. The most powerful warriors are the ones who rise from the shadows and bring their own light into the world. You do not have to wait for someone to rescue you. You are your own savior. The world will try to define you by your past, by your scars, by the darkness you were born into, but you must defy them all. You are not your pain. You are not your suffering. You are the strength that came from surviving it. When you look back at your darkest moments, remember this. They were not there to destroy you. They were there to prepare you. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every sleepless night was sharpening you, molding you into someone unstoppable. People who are born in light may shine brightly, but their glow is fragile. The first storm can blow out their flame, but those born in darkness carry a fire within them that cannot be extinguished because it was lit by suffering itself. You have been to hell and back, and that means nothing this world throws at you can scare you. Your enemies may have power, they may have numbers, but they do not have your experience. They have never walked through the abyss and come back stronger. That is your advantage. That is why you will win. The darkness you were born in will become the very reason you rise above everyone else. So, stop cursing the pain and start embracing it. Stop wishing for an easier life and start building the strength to handle a hard one. The moment you accept your darkness is the moment you become truly free. You no longer fear the opinions of others because you know their judgment cannot compare to the battles you've already survived. You no longer fear failure because you have failed more times than they have even tried. You no longer fear loneliness because you have faced it and turned it into a weapon. When you embrace who you are, scars and all, you become unstoppable. Remember, those born in darkness are not ordinary people. They are chosen by fate to carry the weight that others cannot. It is a heavy burden, yes, but it is also an honor. Because one day, when the world is crumbling, when chaos reigns, it will be the ones who came from darkness who will rise to lead, to fight, to inspire. You were born in darkness, not to be destroyed, but to become the light that guides others. But before you can do that, you must conquer yourself. Your inner demons are your first and greatest enemy. Face them, fight them, and overcome them. Only then will you unlock your true power. The world will not hand you greatness, but it will give you countless opportunities to prove yourself. Every hardship is a test. Every setback is a lesson, and every pain is a gift in disguise. You may have been born in darkness, but you are not defined by it. You are defined by how you rise from it. So rise now, stronger than ever. Rise with a heart of fire and a soul forged in pain. Rise and show the world that even in the darkest of places, greatness can be born. Rise and let them see the warrior they never expected. You are not a victim of your past. You are the master of your future. Born in darkness, destined for glory. Born in darkness does not just mean living in pain. It means being shaped by forces that most people will never even witness. When you grow up surrounded by shadows, you begin to see the truth of the world far earlier than others. You see that kindness can be a mask, that promises can be broken, and that trust is fragile and fleeting. You learn to rely only on yourself, because every time you leaned on someone else, they let you fall. That loneliness cuts deep, but it also teaches you independence. It shows you that your greatest weapon is your own mind, your own willpower, your own unshakable spirit. While others crumble when their support systems fall apart, you keep moving forward because you never had anyone to hold you up in the first place. This is what makes those born in darkness so dangerous. They have nothing to lose and everything to prove. The world cannot take away what you never had, and that freedom makes you unstoppable. But with that strength comes responsibility. Darkness gives you power, yes, but it also tempts you. It whispers in your ear, urging you to use your pain to hurt others, to become the very thing you once hated. Many who are born in darkness fall into this trap, letting their rage and bitterness consume them until they become monsters. The true test is not just surviving the darkness, but mastering it, controlling it, turning it into a source of creation instead of destruction. When you can stand in the middle of the storm and choose not to be consumed by it, you become something truly rare, a warrior of both shadow and light. Your scars become symbols of wisdom rather than wounds of hate. Your past becomes a weapon you wield with precision, not a chain that drags you down. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through darkness. At some point, look at the legends, the heroes, even the so-called villains who shaped history. They all started in places of pain. It was their suffering that gave them vision. It was their struggle that gave them strength. Comfort breeds complacency, but hardship breeds warriors. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is how they face their darkest moments. Ordinary people hide from pain. Extraordinary people embrace it, learn from it, and rise above it. You were born in darkness for a reason. You were chosen to endure what others could not, because you are meant to lead them one day. The world needs people like you. People who know what it feels like to be broken. People who understand true suffering, because only they can bring real change. But before you can lead others, you must conquer yourself. The enemy outside is dangerous, but the enemy within is lethal. Your fear, your anger, your self-doubt. These are the demons that truly hold you back. You must face them in the same way you face the darkness of the world. Look them in the eye and refuse to give them power over you. Every time you rise after falling, every time you fight through the pain instead of running from it, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your demons. And once you master yourself, nothing in this world can stop you.